Good afternoon. My name is Elliot, and I'm with the Shut Down Folkston ICE Facility campaign. And I'm here to talk to residents like yourself about the prison, also known as D. Ray James Prison. Are you familiar with that prison?
Yes, it's nearby.
Okay, yeah. And I also am here to talk to citizens of Folkston and Charlton County about what it's like to live in Charlton County and specifically what you like about living here.
Well, I grew up here and my family's from here. It's a nice, quiet town. There's no crime, really. Nothing happens here very often. Um, yeah, it's a great place to live and raise a family.
That's really important to you and to a lot of your neighbors. Clearly, I've talked to a few of them today, and I've also talked to them and asked them the question about, are there any challenges to living in Charlton County, or things that you would like to see improve here in your area?
Well, yes. My sister has two kids that are preschool age, and there's only one preschool in the entire county. And so she's on the wait list right now, but we don't know if she'll be able to get her kids into preschool. And she really needs them in so that she can have somewhere for the kids to be while she works in the morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that does sound like a very concerning and an interesting issue. And again, it's probably something that not only your sister, but other people in the county are struggling with, I assume. Um,
Yes, a lot of my friends as well.
Understood, understood. Okay. Well, are there any other challenges that you face living here in Charlton County?
Well, they recently shut down the nearby hospital. My aunt is on dialysis, and so that just makes it really hard for her to get the help she needs. We have to drive really far out when it we used to be right next to the hospital. So what are we supposed to do when we need to help my aunt with her dialysis and she's having complications? It's really scary having to drive far and not having a nearby solution for her.
Understood. Yeah, that's also a common theme that we've been talking about with your neighbors. And I mean, honestly, it is troubling for people with chronic care conditions, but also people that need to get to the hospital quickly in the case of an emergency. I think people usually have to end up going to Camden County, which is what a lot of neighbors have been telling me. Well, listen, Miss Jane Doe, it's a real pleasure to talk to you today, and thank you for sharing that with me. Would you mind sharing just some contact information? And I would love to leave you with some literature that will give you more information about our mission here and our concerns with the prison and how that relates to the problems here in Charlton County. If you wouldn't mind, you could just give me your email and maybe a phone number.
What are you using my information for?
And so what we do is we hold monthly meetings to keep people up to date. And we will essentially hold these use your information to contact you about these monthly meetings and also to be able to contact you next time we come back to Charlton County to share more updates about our campaign focused on the prison, but also on these issues that you have raised with us today.
You can have my email. It's add1902 at hotmail.com.
Thank you so, so much, Miss Jane Doe. I really do appreciate it. And
Of
we'll be in
course.
touch. And before I go, I do want to leave you with just a little bit of literature that our campaign put together that have some questions and answers about the folks in ICE Processing Center or the D. Ray James Prison, as most people call it here, and who are the people that are actually being held there and the corporation that runs and operates it. And here you'll see our information on how to reach out to us on social media, or you can send us an email. And
Okay.
on the back here, you'll see information regarding the money that actually goes from the federal government to this corporation to run this prison. And so, if it's okay with you, I'll go ahead and leave this with you and bid you a good day.
Alrighty, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. Okay, so that was that one.
Want
Uh,
to pause?
yeah. No. I think we just go ahead and straight to the next one where you are a.
Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
ready.
You ready? Okay.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Elliot Lepe, and I'm with the Shut Down Folkston Ice Facility campaign. What is your name? I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Anna. How are you doing?
I'm
I
doing
can help
great,
you.
Anna. Yeah, Anna, I'm here to talk to you about the campaign that a coalition members across Georgia are embarking on and have been participating in revolving around the Folkston Ice Processing Center or D. Ray James Prison that is here in Folkston or in Charlton County. Are you familiar with that prison?
Yes, I am actually. My cousin works there and he tells me some terrible things about it.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so your cousin is I'm assuming a guard there?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Well, what we do know and our campaign has been aware of for quite some time now is that many people in Charlton County rely on the prison for jobs. And so one concern that people have around that is, especially us, when our main concern is the human rights abuses that your cousin has clearly seen and our stance against those. But one concern that comes up is if this prison were to be shut down, what would happen to those jobs? And so we want to be sensitive and understand the struggles of growing up in Charlton County. And for that, I would love to hear some more feedback from you about what you like living in Charlton County, what you don't like about living in Charlton County.
Well, I'm from here, I grew up here, I have family here. I take care of my dad who's not so well. Um, so that's what keeps me here. It's an okay town to raise a family, but there isn't much going on as far as jobs. I used to work at the hospital nearby, and they recently shut it down earlier this year. I'm not getting by really well right now, so I may have to move on to find a better job. From what my cousin tells me, conditions at the detention center aren't great, and I don't want to be a part of that.
Okay, well, and I'm glad to hear that you do have the same shared concerns that people like me and people that are here in your county with the Shutdown FIPC committee and campaign have about the abuses that go on there. I'm sure you'll agree that no human should be treated and mistreated in that way, and especially people that are often seeking or fleeing from dangerous situations in their home countries. And so, I'm really glad to hear that you had those same concerns, and I want to share with you two pieces of literature, some that you may already know, especially with having family that works there, but that describes this literature that describes what Geo Group is, and how they actually contract with ICE to receive a federal contract money in the amount of $24 million, and just some
Oh, wow.
frequently asked questions about it. And one interesting fact that I'll share with you right now, I don't want to take too much more of your time, is the county actually, out of those $24 million a year, only receives 1% in tax revenue. So that's also very concerning to us.
That's crazy.
And one of the things, the questions that we've been posing, and you've kind of already answered it with your concerns about what you would like to see in Charlton County, but we would like to hear from people of how would you put that money to better use? Those $24 million that come from the federal government, if you could be the person to decide how would that money be used, how would you prefer that money be used?
our county and our city, we really need more hospitals and schools.
Understood. Yeah, absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm gonna also go ahead and leave you with this literature that is strictly focused on our mission to fight back, based solely on the abuses and the deep-rooted causes of mass migration that our country is actually responsible for. And our end goal is ultimately to shut down the prison, but also to consider the needs of Charlton County residents. And we'd love to invite you. We have monthly meetings that go on every Tuesday, at the last Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m. And if you wouldn't
Oh, that's
mind,
great.
yeah, I'm glad you're excited about it. And I would love to just get your email and phone number, and maybe any other organization that you participate in, like your local church. And we'd love to just kind of keep in touch with you and keep you up to date with our campaign. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, sure. Here's my email address and here's my phone number. Definitely just keep me updated. I'd love to hear more about what y'all are doing.
Absolutely. Great. Thank you so much for sharing that information with us. Do you attend to any club or any kind of social gathering or faith community here in Charlton County?
Yes, I go to the Baptist church down on Main Street.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that information, Anna. And again, my name is Elliot. We'll be in touch with you, and thank you for talking to us today. Have a great one.
Thank you too.
All right, that went great. All right, now you got to put on your mean hat, or not your mean hat, but just your
Yeah, I'm
little bit of
breaking
a.
between.
No, you're good. You're
Okay.
good. You're a little bit of a distance, right? Like, so this is gonna be a little bit
Yes.
more of a um questioning. They're criminals. Why are they there in
Yes.
the first place? Shouldn't they be there? Like, shouldn't that keep me safe? All righty. Let me see. My ducks in a row here. Knock knock. Hello.
Hey, how can I
My name-
help you?
Hi, yes. My name is Elliot Lepe, and I am with the Shut Down Folkston Ice Facility campaign. I'm here to
Okay.
talk to folks like you in Charlton County about the prison. Are you familiar with that prison?
Yeah. I have some coworkers that have family that works there.
Oh, okay, interesting. All righty. And besides the prison and our concerns about the human rights abuses that go on there, we're also here to talk about the needs of Charlton County residents like yourself, and what they like about living in Charlton County, and what the challenges are to living here and what they would like to see. Um, first of all, what would you like to what do you like about living in Charlton County?
I have a lot of friends here. I like that it's slow going, small town, none of that fast city stuff.
Understood. Are there any challenges to living here or things that you would like to see improve in Charlton County?
Um, well, more jobs would be great. There ain't too many options. Um, and then they shut down the hospital that I used to go to. So now I have to drive further out for my treatment. So that'd be helpful not to have to drive so far.
Oh, wow. Well, we've been talking to a lot of people here today, and a lot of them have shared those same concerns that you just shared. And so and we want to be um sensitive to those concerns, especially when us as a campaign are focused on eventually shutting down this prison, based solely on the fact that there are human rights abuses that continue to happen to immigrants that are being held there. Um, do
Aren't
you
they criminals though?
well, so it's interesting that you bring that up. And I do have some literature that I would love to share with you that answers some of those concerns that you may have. And it talks about who actually is being held there. And I'd love to leave this with you so you can read it on your own time. But just briefly to address that concern that you brought up, um, we, as a campaign, believe that just because a person makes a mistake They should be able to rectify their actions and pay their debt to society without having their lives destroyed. And that's essentially what happens there, because people, not only are they being held there away from their families while they wait for their immigration case to play out, but they also get physically assaulted and thrown in solitary confinement and put in a position that really causes damaging and long-lasting effects in their lives and in their families and community lives. Um, and so another thing that a lot of people may not know is that there are asylum seekers being held there, people that are legally seeking asylum, which is protected by our laws and by international law. And so
But wouldn't they, why are they there then? Wouldn't they only be there if they did something wrong?
understood. Yeah. So again, I would love to leave this literature that answers a little bit more of those questions. But yes, they at some point did have to be apprehended and arrested for them to be held there. And there are a wide variety of people that are being held there. But our main focus again are the abuses and also the mistreatment that happens and affects the communities that care for those people outside of the prison. But I do want to share some other literature with you, and I can leave it with you here today. I don't want to take too much more of your time. But I also want to
Okay.
raise a concern about, I'm sorry, were you going to say something?
Oh, no.
Oh, and so one of the other concerns about that is the money that actually goes to prop up this private corporation called Geo Group. You said that a few people that you know work there. Well, they're hired and employed by Geo Group. This corporation actually receives $1.6 million per month of your taxpayer money. Federal dollars go to prop up this prison, and we believe that it's also wasteful. Not only to obviously use these funds to abuse immigrants, but also the fact that this money is going to enrich a corporation, and of that money, only 1% actually goes to Charlton County in the form of tax revenue. And so that's a
That's
big concern.
ridiculous.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm glad you agree. And so that's also one of the issues that we want to highlight regarding this prison. And so if it's okay with you, I'd love to leave this literature. Our contact information is here. You'll see you can reach out through us through Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or you can email us at shutdownfipc@gmail.com. And we'd love to hear how you would rather put that money to better use. And if it's okay with you, I would love to just get some contact information so maybe we could follow up and continue this conversation. Would that be okay?
Not today, thank you, but please leave me your contact information. I'd like to
Abs-
know more about why the city's putting in the county's putting so much money into paying these people.
Absolutely. I would love to do that. And again, you can just reach out through us through Gmail right here or on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Well, it was a pleasure speaking to you today. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Have a good day. I'm going to hit
You
stop
too.
recording.